With us now is Randy Nelson. I got a chance to meet Randy when we both took stand-up university classes, and I learned how to be a stand-up comic, though he's been doing it and doing it very well for quite a while. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you.
So why comedy?
Why comedy? I've been a vitamin salesman for about 20 years, and I used to do my impressions to break the ice with my buyers. And or like I get bored very easily. So like at meetings, I would come out and we'd have all these vitamin, manufacturers. I'd be like, all right, I want to thank all the heads of the vitamin companies for coming out here today. From Solgar, we have Bonnie Bonini, and from Garden of Life, and I just always started doing that kind of stuff, and actually. To get the interest of the buyers, sometimes you have to do something different.
Absolutely. So did anybody ever mistakenly think that you were being serious?
No.
They always knew that you didn't really talk like that.
Yeah.
They're like, he's spoofing on somebody.
Yeah. It's funny though, because a lot of the impressions that I do are from years ago, although I'm starting to get some of the newer voices now, but I'm like a movie historian. I love like AMC. I like to watch all those, like Walter Brennan, or Katharine Hepburn movie, Norman, and I would really like to bring some of those stars back at some of my shows for the people that get it. The young people, they may not get Katharine Hepburn.
Right.
I don't know who that is.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah.
But if you mixed it in with some of the newer people and had a conversation between Katharine Hepburn and a modern day celeb, right? That might be an interesting kind of thing.
I merged Katharine Hepburn and Axl Rose together, singing "Sweet Child of Mine." So
did you now?
That was interesting. Yeah. And now, my favorite is Jack Nicholson. I brought my Jack Nicholson glasses.
I see.
Donna.
Yes, Jack.
Want to get this camera out of my face right now.
Sorry about that, sir.
All right. I'm late for a Laker game.
Have you ever done an impression of somebody to somebody? Have you ever done that?
I started doing my father, because my father's very cynical. He's like an Archie Bunker type. He's like, my son, he thinks he's some kind of comedian. I don't know, it's some of his impressions are good, some no, and I started doing family too, the family members, and just to make fun of my mother all the time.
Now, what can you do with your comedy? Everybody just thinks that, it's always only the comedy clubs, but you do corporate gigs and you're reaching out to young people. Mm-hmm. Tell us about that.
Well, comedy clubs is one place to perform. You have American Legions, you have weddings. Why not a wedding? Retirement dinners are good. Really, if you have a clean act, you could work anywhere. And
that's the key, isn't it? What's the term, blue? You don't want to work blue.
You don't want to work blue. If you're doing a nightclub stuff, you can do a little of that because the audience sort of wants it. But I don't put too much of that in my show. I try to keep it clean, like Nicholson doing nursery rhymes. Hickory dickory dock, the mouse ran up the clock. The mouse got away from the cat that day. It's clean. That's what I like to.
Fun.
Good wholesome fun. Yeah.
And in terms of when you do a corporate event or something like that, do you still have a survival job? Yeah, you still doing the pharmaceutical thing?
I'm still out there selling vitamins, like a traveling Willy Loman.
Gotcha.
I'm knocking on people's doors and having them go, no, not right now. They close the door. So that's my main thing.
When did you realize that you were starting to get a following? Because you could have fans now, and fans kind of follow you from gig to gig. What was that like when you first realized that you're starting to get a little groupie action going?
Started with Denzel Washington because
I was groupie,
when I started doing Denzel at my show. Right? I started Denzel is always like this, right? He's always pointing and looking at you like this a little bit. Okay. I started doing that at the shows, and I started getting this is a white guy doing Denzel Washington. That's kind of different. and a little Vince Vaughn, yeah, Janice, I apologize if I don't seem real eager, at the shows, and that started to get noticed.
And people started liking you. When you were growing up, there used to be some people that were wonderful at impressions. Who were your favorites?
Frank Gorshin was great. Rich Little. Who else? Frank Gorshin is really the guy that I admired growing up. Even though he's sort of not in my. I'm a YouTuber. I look up old movies and I'm constantly studying actors and their mannerisms, and I just love doing it. I love hearing a voice and going, okay, I'm gonna, learn how to do that. So
that's your craft.
Yeah.
And comedy itself is a craft. A lot of people don't understand that it's an art form. And I certainly know by taking that class with you. It's a lot. You have to be able to be so raw and so authentic. You have to tell stories. It's not just standing up there and telling jokes. Anybody can stand up there and tell jokes. But to be witty, to be funny, to be on, you have to basically expose yourself. Like, not expose yourself physically, but yeah, okay, we're not going to win there. But you know what I'm saying. You have to really kind of
I do that a lot with a raincoat.
You have to be raw, and you have to be honest, and you have to be authentic. You have to be relatable, and people don't get that, how hard that is to do it well.
It's funny that you said relatable, because I did a show the other night, and I came out and I did some new material, and it wasn't relatable. So I always have it in my mind. I always say, is what I'm doing hacky? Has it been done too much? But it's funny, but when you do stuff that people relate to, it doesn't matter. It just, if they laugh, then you did your job.
And laughter's the best thing ever.
Yeah. I mean, especially with what's going on with the economy and everything right now. People are worried. Some people need to laugh.
That's why I do Live It Up, because it's a positive, upbeat show. Where can you tune into something that's all good? Or at least I try to make it all good. So.
I noticed that. It's a good energy here. I like that.
Well, thank you for being on, and thank you for making me smile. And I'm looking forward to seeing you the next time you do a gig. I think you have a couple coming up. I'm going to be there. So thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, Randy, what's your website, Rand?
rnvoiceimpressions.com.
Oh, there you go. You heard it here on Live It Up. Stay tuned for more. Hope you're having fun. I want to hear what they do as their impressions. I think what I'll do is I'll do like some kind of contest. Like, how fun would that be? You'd be like, send us your favorite.